Pokemon is just getting dumber and dumber. I mean, the Sun legendary Pokemon isn't even Fire type. Lame.
Hey! You shut up! Solgaleo is design genius!
Solgaleo is actually really cool, and not being Fire type makes it all the cooler. I just noticed that that's a joke. So of course, being the Pokemon of the Sun, everyone assumed that Solgaleo would be Fire type, but he's not, and that makes him all the better. And there are a few reasons for this. One main reason has been floating around Twitter and Tumblr, but I'm going to be bringing up even more points as to why it's awesome. So firstly, in Solgaleo's Pokedex entry, it states that Solgaleo is the beast that devours the sun. It isn't the sun, it just eats it. Just like this lion, and all of these other lions. Why are all of these lions eating the sun, you ask? Well, this is a common symbol in alchemy, the medieval forerunner of chemistry. The sun-eating lion represents the purification of metals, which often leads into the creation of steel. So steel typing makes sense for this symbolic reason. Solgaleo's Pokedex entry also says that, since ancient times, it has been honored as the emissary of the sun. Since ancient times again points to alchemy, medieval chemistry, helping that whole point out even more. But also, people in ancient times believed that the sun was not fire, but rather a large ball of blazing metal, again supporting the steel typing. And we'll get back to the steel typing soon, but to better understand everything I'll bring up then, I need to first bring up the psychic typing now. We also see that Solgaleo as well as Lunala have third eyes, that open when they attack. Third eyes, of course, being a representation of one's powerful psychic abilities. Also, a good number of people were speculating about a new cosmic typing, but rather than making a new type, psychic was substituted instead. Similar to how in the Pokemon trading card game, a lot of types are merged, like grass, bug, and poison all being grass, as well as rock, ground, and fighting all being fist. A lot of Pokemon could even have subtypings if Game Freak so chose. I doubt every single steel-type Pokemon is actually made of steel. Many may consist of various other metals and alloys, but we can't have a steel-type, iron-type, aluminum-type, etc. Just like how we don't have a wood-type. A cosmic type would possibly be similar enough to psychic to make it not matter. And plus, one stereotype of aliens is that they all have massive brains and telepathic abilities. In other words, they are all psychic. But back to the much more interesting steel typing, why steel over fire? Even if it's just that the lion eats the sun, you are what you eat, right? Well, yes, and guess what? The sun isn't fire at all. It may look fiery, but in fact every star is plasma, a sort of solid liquid gas. I hope that clears everything up. The sun is made mostly of hydrogen and carbon, but also has iron, sulfur, magnesium, and more. A lot of metals. As stars die, their elements that perform fusion start to run dry and turn into the first element that cannot perform fusion, which is iron. So, Solgaleo being steel type makes sense. Iron is not steel, but the Aggron line are made of iron, and they are steel type, again showing that steel type really just means a bunch of metals. Now think about the sun. It's just a star. Jirachi is also a star, and guess what? Jirachi is also psychic steel type. We could also view steel as a pseudo-light type. A lot of steel type moves involve light, like Flash Cannon, Doom Desire, Mirror Shot, Metal Burst, and more. And what does the sun do for us on Earth? It gives us light. If Solgaleo was psychic fire or steel fire or something along those lines, it would be the easy way out. Not very educated. So personally, I love that Game Freak used their noggins, and I hope you too learned something today. So until next time, stay awesome. And Arceus used 1,000 unknown to create the universe.
Slowpoke! Slowpoke, go! Attack!